It's Christmas time, everyone, and poinsettias are one of our most traditional plants utilized this time of year, and they're just gorgeous. These have such a rich history. Now, first of all, poinsettias are the #1 most sold potted plant, indoor plant that people purchase. And of course, this time of year is their most prominent time. And why? Because our traditional poinsettia are the traditional colors of Christmas, which are red and green. As you can see here, just a sea of red and green. Joel Poinsett is actually known for discovering the poinsettia, and that's where it gets its name from, is from Joel Poinsett. Now, he was a U.S. ambassador to Mexico. He served on the legislature in South Carolina in the early 1800s. When he went down to a trip to Mexico, he discovered the plant. So, knowing that these are from the South, Central America, these are tropical plants. So that means they will do well here in Louisiana, and you can actually transport them outside and plant them outside after the season is over. But with a hard freeze, you might lose them, and you likely will. But poinsettias have come a long way since the 1800s. Joel Poinsett did share these with his family and friends at Christmas time because of the red and green colors, like I said, the traditional Christmas colors. Now, the color actually comes from the leaves that are called bracts, okay? They're modified leaves. The flowers are very insignificant. I'll show you one here on a plant where they're more pronounced. See, they're not anything spectacular. It's actually the bracts that provide the color. Now, this is a short day plant. So as the days get shorter and the nights get longer, that's what signals the plant to make these beautiful colors, and why we see these colors this time of year. Now, we've come a long way. Like I said, these needed to be raised in greenhouses in order for us to get this type of production. In fact, these were in the beginning grown up in New York and New Jersey. California really burst the production out. Poinsettias are traditionally pretty tall and leggy, but people prefer that more compact, shorter, sturdier looking plant like we see here. We've got all sorts of colors in front of us. This is the poinsettia, pink poinsettia that so many people like, that are available at the LSU AgCenter's annual poinsettia sale that goes on every year. Dr. Jeff Keeney with the LSU AgCenter evaluates these in a trial every year, and then he brings in the public and asks them to evaluate, to survey these and kind of give their input on what people like. People still like the traditional red poinsettia, but again, we've come a long way. All different sorts of shades of pink, as you can see here. A darker goes to a more medium color, to a light, delicate pink. We've got whites. We've got this mottled look here, or the variegated look. We've even moved into, this one's called something autumn, but you realize why they call it that. It's because they've got these orange and yellow colors here. And then of course, this one's just a gorgeous mix of the green and the white and the red. So just perfect for the holidays. Now, how do you keep these alive and how do you select them? Well, it all depends on what you like. Whatever color that you prefer, you can go with that. I would, in other plants, we would recommend when the buds are not open, but these are selected for their bracts. So just go for the fullest, whichever one you prefer. Now, where do you want to place these? The #1 killer of poinsettias is everybody overwaters them. So we want to make sure that you let the poinsettia soil dry out in between before you water again, and make sure you place it in an area where it gets indirect sunlight, not direct sunlight, and that it is not underneath an air conditioning vent or somewhere that will dry it out quickly. Fungus and different insects will begin to attack the plants if you overwater them, so just make sure you don't overdo it. And that's about it on poinsettias. They're just a wonderful, gorgeous addition to your home that just signals that Christmas tradition has a rich history in our country and is just a wonderful plant to buy. So happy National Poinsettia Day.